An oil spill in the River Wandle leaves wildlife coated in diesel whilst rescue attempts are underway. Merton Council warns people and their pets to steer clear of the river to avoid contamination.
Birds coated in oil, struggling to survive. That's what people living close to the River Wandle in southwest London say they've seen after a major diesel spill reportedly leaked from a bus depot storage tank yesterday. It's thought about 4,000 litres of diesel entered through the storm drain system and spread through the river. And as the clean-up operation continues, there are concerns about the long-term damage to the area's ecosystem. Bhavani Vadi reports.
A diesel spillage causing huge damage to wildlife and water quality. Birds have been spotted coated in oil, struggling to clean themselves. Today, barriers were put across the River Wandle to catch the pollution before it spreads further. It's contaminated the Watermead Nature Reserve, where those who enjoy the river are devastated.
I've enjoyed nature all my life on this river, and I've photographed kingfishers. I've appeared on the One show photographing kingfishers on this river, and they're going to die.
It's awful, isn't it? Because there'll be no food for the fish, no food for the birds. The thing is, you can't exaggerate at the moment because you just don't know quite how bad. But, we don't want to get back to the 60s when the river was called biologically dead.
You can still see diesel flowing through the river here at the Watermead Nature Reserve, and there's this really strong smell. Over there are some coots, and I'm told they're the type of birds that are normally found in the water. Instead, they're avoiding it and taking shelter in the branches. It's thought the leak came from a bus depot storage tank in Thornton Heath in Croydon. The Environment Agency, Thames Water and London Fire Brigade have all been involved in the clean-up.
It's nothing short of an environmental disaster. Over 4,000 litres of diesel have spilled into the River Wandle. We were getting reports last night of birds caked in it and vacating the river. I believe they're still not entering the river now, and we don't know what damage it's done to the river itself over the long run.
And it's affecting quite a large stretch of the river.
That's right, it could be all the way from Wallington through to Wandsworth, eventually hitting the Thames itself. You can really smell it on this part of the river in particular, and it's really visible.
Isabel helps clean up the river and, along with other volunteers, works to protect local wildlife and habitats.
I just hope that whoever is responsible for this is held to account, that the management of that situation is looked at, because it needs to be stopped. We cannot have organisations who are in a position to have this sort of accident that runs into our waterways.
The effect that we're seeing now on birds and otherwise, which is very distressing, is only half of the problem. Over time, this diesel will break down and disperse. It will enter the water column, begin to bind to the sediments. We haven't seen the end of it. This is an ongoing story, an ongoing crisis.
Transport for London said it's working with other agencies to limit any environmental impact and added, a full investigation is underway into what happened. We will play our part in tackling river pollution, both from roads we control and our vehicle fleet. Merton Council has warned people not to touch the water or allow pets into the river. Bhavani Vadi, BBC London.